The book I chose to read is called Drawing from Memory, written and illustrated by Alan Say. He is a two-time Caldecott Medal winner and is best known for his book called Grandfather's Journey. Alan Say was born in Japan and then moved to the US when he was about 15. I decided to review this book because the visual elements stood out to me um, more than the other books that I looked into. The story is about Alan Say's journey to becoming an artist. His family, especially his father, was not supportive of his art since he was young. His family bribed him to focus on school, and they gave him an incentive that if he got accepted to this well-known middle school in Japan, they would allow him to live on his own in an apartment. It worked, and he was only 12 years old and living on his own in an apartment by himself. With this freedom, he explored his art and came in contact with a mentor that he referred to as his spiritual father. His mentor is who made him become the artist he grew to be. The book is ideal for children about 10 years old, like fourth grade. Since it has a lot of pictures and images, it can keep the reader engaged and interested in the text. A few things I found interesting about the book and what I learned about the artist is that he lived on his own when he was only 12 years old. I think that can help keep the reader engaged and interested in the story because you don't know many young children that live on their own. It's interesting that his father or his family was really against him spending so much time drawing because I feel like that's not really how it is anymore. A lot of people are artists, and I feel like that might be relatable for some students or young children. I feel that from seeing the pictures that Alan drew from memory was pretty cool. Like compared to the actual photo that he shared. Another thing is that Alan was able to find himself as an artist while being an apprentice for his spiritual father and the mentor. He was able to explore different types of art, and he had his mentor to guide him to be the artist he became. The book is a factual nonfiction since it has real events that happened. This is his own story, and exactly what he went through. It's a true story with fictional details. The structure of the story is what was interesting to me. Alan describes the story, but also has narrative to give the reader different details. He uses dialogue instead of explaining and describing certain events. He organizes the story in sequence because he's telling the reader the sequence of events that happened in his life that led him to become an artist. The visual events of the book were my favorite thing about it. I love that he incorporated so many different elements and medias. And I feel that this will keep the reader interested, especially for young readers. The book has a small intro to the author in the front, and then at the end of the book, there's a note from the author. So the front is just a small intro. And then at the end, there's just a few pages of a note from the author. So that kind of explains what happens after the events he explained. Let's see. I would recommend this book because it's fun and it's interactive, and it has a pretty cool story behind it. I feel that it is a pretty easy read for young readers who might have trouble getting into a book since it has a lot of great visual elements. I'll just show you how. So you'll see like the text, and then with all the photos, and then this is like an actual photograph, and then a doodle, and then colored photos, drawings. So it gives you visual to the text. So I would definitely recommend this book to young readers. It's a great read.